Mike.
Hello.
And Claire.
Hey!
This is our weekly show where we bring you the weekly word of the weird as we found on the World Wide Web this week. There's nothing more weird than this New Jersey. Well, it's not just New Jersey, is it? They're trying to pass it off as just being New Jersey, but it is across the globe. Claire, are you familiar with this?
I haven't picked up on this one, no.
You haven't picked up on it?
New Jersey drones?
All the drones on the eastern seaboard.
No.
They've been all over major cities.
New Jersey, yeah.
Major air bases, nuclear bases.
Even this country have had drones over Air Force bases.
New Zealand,
India,
Russia,
China.
Where are they coming from?
Well, that's nobody knows. Well,
hang on, we're going to have to pause.
Maybe Chester does. Bloody hell, he can get loud, can he?
Oh. Yeah, it's been weird as fuck.
Yes.
You haven't come...
Right, so no one's, scrambled up a bit of something.
Well, the last few hours we have had an explanation.
And gone and scooped a few
but
up.
For days we've had nothing.
Yeah.
They've said, we don't know what it is. There's even been reports that it could be an Iranian mothership.
Oh, God, yeah.
Off the coast.
Somewhere off the coast on the eastern seaboard of America.
Sending these drones into...
US airspace. I think...
But that's been dismissed as...
rubbish.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell me that the US defence network that can pick up on a missile being fired within 5 seconds can't tell that there's an Iranian mothership off the coast. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. And as if they'd let it happen. As if it'd still be there now.
Why haven't they shot a few of these down to see what they were?
Because they're living over cities, shooting these things down.
Some of them are big as cars.
Yeah, some of them are 6 foot long.
Why?
And you're shooting it down over a populated area, which is going to kill people, isn't it? When that thing comes crashing down.
So for days they said that we don't know what it is.
Nope.
But it's not.
No idea.
It's not a danger, but.
It's not a danger if you don't know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So people, you've had governors, you've had senators, you've had members of Congress all come out.
Oh, I'm surprised some of the US people haven't started shooting at them.
Well, they have.
Oh.
But they haven't hit them, and the people have now been urged not to shoot at them.
And then, so for days we had nothing, and then they came out with an explanation saying it's just a mixture of normal airplanes, normal helicopters, normal drones that people use, commercial drones, hobbyists, and some are being misidentified as stars in the sky.
Smell bullshit again.
Exactly, so people went, that's a load of bollocks, what's the real reason? So now they've been forced to come out and say the real reason.
Well, what may be the real reason.
Maybe the real reason.
And this is, as reasons go, it's fairly plausible, I suppose, but still. New Jersey drones could be hunting secret nuclear warheads smuggled into the US. You ever seen the film The Sum of All Fears?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, what's that?
Not sure I have.
Fantastic. Basically, that's this. These terrorists managed to smuggle a warhead into the US and detonate it. One expert believes the US military has begun deploying fleets of drones to the skies over New Jersey and other states in recent weeks with a secret mission to hunt a rogue nuke. And this is, in all fairness, your terrorist's wet dream.
Yep.
You get a nuke into the US and, I don't know, the Super Bowl's on. Something like that.
Dirty bomb.
In the Sum of All Fears, they hide it in a vending machine. And then just so they wheel the vending machine in with a bomb in it and a timer. And
I might have seen that.
And then just
Well,
put
the
an
FBI
out of
guys
order sign on it.
Trying to defuse it right to the end when it goes off.
I don't think so, no, it just goes off. They know about it.
That's the X-Files.
In the film, they know about it just enough time to get the president out, but then the EMP takes him down anyway.
I haven't seen that.
It's really good, actually. Really good film. So a military veteran and contractor suggests the drones seen over the US in recent weeks are hunting radioactive material. John Ferguson, the founder of Saxon Unmanned, claims the drones are being used in the search for a rogue nuclear warhead believed to have been smuggled into the United States. And like I say, it's a terrorist dream. You don't do it with the Super Bowl. You let one of them off in the centre of Washington, you're killing hundreds of thousands of people.
New York City.
New York, New Jersey. If it's it's not going to be like a 1 megaton or a kiloton warhead. You're not talking about 2 million dead. But you're talking hundreds of thousands and then the fallout. Well, tens of thousands and then fallout, which is going to kill Christ knows how many more. And then the fires, and the skin being ripped off your body by 700 mile an hour winds.
God.
Pine leaves setting on fire 10 miles away. It's not a nice thing, is it? Now, the only reason you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, he stated. Ferguson speculates that the object of this search is a lost nuclear warhead, potentially hidden somewhere along the US East Coast.
Now, he's right. You'd only fly a drone at night if you're looking for something. Not with normal vision, because they can't see at night. But with thermal optics.
Yeah.
Or,
listen to you, thermal optics.
I watched some videos on it today. Or they can smell the radioactivity.
I like that. It is entirely plausible that the US has this technology. It would make sense. Right?
Yep, and the New Jersey mayor, I think it was a New Jersey mayor, or the Connecticut mayor, said...
He was the mayor of some town. He was in a meeting with 500 other mayors.
And they were told that on the 2nd of December, some radioactive material went missing at a port on the East Coast.
He was in a shipping container, and the shipping container was damaged when they found it, and then it was empty as well. So there's a very real fear there was a dirty bomb
knocking about.
So that would explain why they're like, oh no, don't shoot them down, but they're harmless. Don't shoot them down because they're ours, we're looking for this material.
Well, I suppose they can't put it all over the news, can they? These are up, you know, looking...
The people are going to freak out, aren't they? Fuck me.
Yeah, well, there's mass panic. I mean, my New Jersey, New York, Washington, anything along the East Coast could be a target, and you're going to leave, aren't you? So you're looking at mass panic. I'm surprised that President-elect Trump hasn't come out and said anything, to be fair.
Oh, he said shoot him down.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
Oh, he hasn't been told then, has he?
He says they know.
Oh. So...
He said that Biden administration know what they are and they should tell the public. But he obviously doesn't know because he said shoot them down. But he says that they know.
Oh.
He won't be privy to that.
He'd have to be briefed, I'd have thought, because he's president-elect, and when does he take over? January?
I guess he's not in power technically yet.
No, but you'd think he'd be briefed.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want him saying... well, you wouldn't want to say anything stupid about it, would you?
Well, then, actually, they probably haven't briefed him in that scenario then, so he'd just say something stupid, wouldn't he?
Yeah, so this... And apparently 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine have gone missing as well. There's a lot that's gone missing over time, hasn't there?
Yeah, there's about...
I reckon there's loads of
briefcase bombs. The Russians made briefcase nuclear weapons in the Cold War. A little
chunk of them have gone missing.
Yeah, like there's 30 and like 16 of them aren't accounted for. I mean, they could just be lying
all the time.
They could just
lose them all the time.
They could just be lying in a warehouse somewhere. To be fair, couldn't they? You know, literally lying in an abandoned warehouse.
One of the first pods we did when I found out there was more than just a handful of fucking nukes on the planet.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, don't say that.
Well, I don't know where they get the Ukraine thing from, because Ukraine dismantled theirs.
I don't know. That's what this guy says. Maybe he doesn't.
Somebody's that drone, fucking hell.
Yeah, they've been twice as big as that. The ones that have been spotted in the sky. So are they what they say they are? Are they looking for radioactive material, or is that a lie and it's something else? Possibly aliens?
I mean, let's face it, like you say, getting the nuke, the dirty bomb into mainland US is what a terrorist complete goal, isn't it?
And
Always has been for years. How would you top 9/11?
If that
dirty
was
bomb.
the case, then this is a great way of...
Yeah. I applaud their efforts.
If you can detect radioactivity from the sky...
Hello, Chester.
Then you're going to employ it, aren't you?
You are, completely, because you don't want one of these things going off in a major city, do you? No matter how corrupt and bad the government is, you don't want a nuclear device going off on mainland US soil in a major city.
What, any soil? It's gonna corrupt it, isn't it?
Not unless they want to start a war.
Not unless they want to start another war. Oh my God, that's it. Iran have fucking smuggled it in. Oh,
Here we go.
it's going to go off
Here
at
we go.
It's going to go off at the inauguration.
Oh, might do.
They said they wanted to kill Trump.
Imagine that.
Oh, they detonate a dirty bomb in Washington on the inauguration day. Oh, that's fucking.
That doesn't bear thinking about.
I'd argue that's the mother lode going over back in retaliation if
They're
there's.
desperate for this war with Iran and Clair. They're fucking chomping at the bit.
Well, the Democrats are.
They all are. Military-industrial complex.
The military
Owns
industrial
them both.
complex is. I don't think Trump
And
and.
it owns both.
They might do it here, but then again, if Trump's assassinated by Iran.
There we go. Then he,
Oh my god, have we just predicted the next few years?
maybe.
Let's hope not.
Could be a false flag as well, couldn't it?
Well, it doesn't matter what happens nowadays, it's always a false flag. No one can accept
You can't
sometimes.
believe nothing, can you?
No,
Every
you
war we've
can't.
been in,
But I know exactly what you're saying.
every fucking
I know
war,
exactly what
Claire,
you're saying.
It's always been a lie to get us in. Sinking of the Lusitania. The fucking...
The Napoleonic Wars were false flagged.
I'm on about recent, you know.
Yeah, the War of 1812
For
was.
Tonkin. The weapons of mass destruction. The list goes on and on.
Yeah. Sinking of the USS Maine.
Mm.
Oof. Well, we're above that. Apart from the Lusitania, which we definitely collaborated on. Well, even so, the explanation is certainly a possibility. I still want to believe it's aliens.
Well, that might well be. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Wow, this is a doozy.
California man charged with having a meth-caked cow pyjama onesie.
Huh?
Are you sure this isn't Florida, man?
That's what I thought. Should have been Florida man. A San Fernando Valley man was indicted Tuesday for allegedly possessing clothing caked with methamphetamine, including a cow pyjama onesie, while preparing to board a flight from LA International Airport to Australia.
Wow, how did you think he was going to... Alright, number one, how do you think he was going to get it out? Number two, have you seen Border Force Australia on the
I
telly?
haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, they're strict as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, literally strict as shit. They go through your fucking suitcase, they search you, they do samples, they do everything, mate. Because it's... What's the word for it, Claire? Because Australia's... It's literally unique, isn't it, in its biodiversity. You've got animals and stuff there that's nowhere else.
Yeah.
So, like, anything coming in... No. Any suspicions they haven't bet you, especially with the drugs as well. Oh, they won't let people in if they did cocaine a few years back. If you've got a conviction for doing drugs,
Yeah.
you go to Australia, like, well, says here you were convicted of having possession of cocaine 5 years ago. Sorry, mate, back on the plane.
That's the same with America, isn't it?
Mm.
Well, Raj Matharu, a 31-year-old resident of Northridge, is charged with one count of possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine. The meth-caked clothing consisted of over a dozen pieces packed into 2 suitcases.
Wow.
So what we're going to do, sort of wash it
I don't
and then
know.
dry, like, dehydrate the water to make, I don't know.
When officers opened the suitcases, they found more than a dozen light-coloured clothing items covered in white residue. The residue tested positive for methamphetamine.
Honestly, officer, it's spunk.
The weight of the meth-caked clothing was approximately 32.4 kilograms or 71.5 pounds.
Ah, you see, that's not enough to go on holiday with. 31 kilograms. Oh no, you only get fucking 25, didn't you? Sorry, I take it back. More than enough to go on holiday with.
Well, he faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years in federal prison. A maximum of life in prison.
Wow.
Between 10 and life.
It's a lot of meth though, isn't it?
It's a ingenious way of doing it.
Well, it
No, it wasn't. It was stupid. It failed, but
Yeah.
I like the...
Like his moxie.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously someone else has got away with it before, so...
Maybe.
Well, this is it, you don't know, do you? You might just been the first to be caught.
Exactly.
Got greedy, packed too much.
Maybe.
Right, last one.
Dogs living in Chernobyl exclusion zone have mutated to develop a new superpower. Ooh.
Dogs with superpowers, I love it.
Stray dogs living near the site of Chernobyl nuclear disaster have mutated to develop a new superpower. The 4-legged friends are said to be immune to radiation heavy metals and pollution. That's ace.
But if you adopt a Chernobyl dog, do you immediately die? Do you die of radiation poisoning? Because that dog's radioactive as shit.
Probably.
No, but if
you haven't got that immunity, have you?
No.
So, scientists made the discovery after collecting blood samples from 116 stray dogs that live in the Chernobyl exclusion zone. They found 2 different populations that were both genetically distinct from other dogs in the surrounding area. This suggests they have adapted and evolved to withstand long-term exposure to toxic environment, and would explain why they've continued to thrive in the wastelands.
It's amazing, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is.
Nature's just sort of done that in a few generations.
Oh, when was Chernobyl? 86?
Yeah. Dogs live, 10 years on average?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
4 generations, isn't it?
Wow.
Maybe 5.
If the scientists can understand how the dog's developed this genetic superpower, it could help us better understand the health impacts associated with living in a highly toxic environment. Not just for dogs, but for humans.
Well, fuck that, make us immune to radiation.
That's what they're trying to understand, aren't they?
Well, why don't we just stop making the, environment toxic?
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but nuclear power, 9 times out of 10, is pretty clean and safe.
Until it doesn't, if it goes wrong, then it goes...
It does go horribly wrong, but this was Chernobyl was a fault they already knew about, and they did it anyway.
How to get rid of the waste.
No, we fire it into the sun, man. That's how we do it.
You can't do that.
We fire it into a black hole.
No, because you're going to launch it off a launch pad, are you? What if that explodes it over the atmosphere? You've got fucking radiation.
Oh, put it
coming down.
Yeah, what happens if it... Yeah, Apollo, was it 10 that blew up on the... Challenger. There's loads that have blown up, even SpaceX has had some
the only way to
blow
do
up.
it would be a space elevator.
Alright, we do a space elevator, put it on a ship in space, fire it into a black hole,
You wouldn't need to put it on it like that.
fire it into Jupiter, I don't know, fire it into space, fuck it. Just fire it into space. Space is infinite.
Yeah, and then what happens if some alien finds it? So what the fuck is this? Some sort of like killing...
Someone's fly tipping in space.
Some killing
We get a
device.
notice come through, fucking a fine. Oh no, space fine.
Sorry, Claire.
It's a killing device floating through the fucking atmosphere.
It's not, it's just some radiation. Space is full of radiation.
True.
Just a bit more. Fire it into space. Use a cannon. So you do. You build a super gun. Hey, you're laughing. That's you know the Iraqi super gun.
No.
Right, the Iraqis are going to build a gun that was big enough. They said, hang on. There was a Canadian guy, Professor Gerald Bull, and he was like, I can get satellites into. It's true. He was assassinated by Mossad.
Right.
Allegedly. Love you, Mossad. don't kill me. Allegedly,
bigger fish to fry.
Possibly. Who knows, Mike? Who fucking knows? They're all powerful. All these intelligence agencies are. Okay, he said to NASA, look, I can get your satellites into space cheaper than you can building rockets, using the fuel and everything. I'm going to build a giant gun, basically.
Sounds like something the Nazis would do.
They did. The V3 it was a giant gun.
There you go. Knew it.
And the Navy went, alright, you're onto something. We're going to lend you like a vintage 16-inch gun. It's the biggest we've got left from the Navy. And he was doing it. He was firing stuff into space, experimenting with propellants and ways of launching it and the nose cones and stuff like that. And he was putting stuff into space cheaper, much cheaper than using rockets. The Iraqis and Saddam Hussein went, fuck me, we don't need missiles. We can just build 3 or 4 of these boys. And we're after nuclear weapons anyway. As soon as we get a bomb, we can do that on the quiet. What draws attention is buying the stuff to make the rocket. Nose cones, re-entry, things like that. It's expensive. They're rare materials.
Fire a fucking gun.
Fire out a gun. And Gerald Bull was like, yeah, I can do this. We can sort it out. They built it. They were going to build it into a mountain.
Oh,
Cool, that would have been nice.
yeah.
There's a really good. It's a fictional book, but it's called Fist of God. It's by Frederick Forsyth, and it's the mission to take out the Iraqi super gun. It's going to fire a nuke into Israel. But that was their plan. They were going to develop nuclear weapons. They're going to fire. They could fire nuclear or non-conventional stuff, or gas shells, or anything, into Israel from Iraq using these guns. No need for missiles. Iron Dome wouldn't be able to shoot these things down nowadays because they're not going at a certain speed, or they're going too fast. Well, they'd be going too fast. But yeah, that was the idea. And so what you do is you build a massive gun and fire the nuclear waste into space. I went down a bit of a tangent there.
But again, you could have problems on the firing pad or whatever.
Well, you could do, but you just put that somewhere where no one lives.
Yeah, I know, but
You don't do it in the middle of a city. You do it like
well, obviously
in the desert somewhere.
Then that bit of land is irradiated for God knows how many thousands of years.
Well, it's all right. We'll just
move on to another place. Oh well, it's happening again. Move on to another place.
Technology gets better and better. You're not making the same mistakes over and over again.
I think there's an alien species that thrives off radiation.
They might thank us. Mightn't they? They might thank us.
Sell it to them.
All the aliens turn up with all these drones and they give us, dark, what's it called?
Dark matter.
Dark matter technology or whatever it is. And what's the other thing? Cold fusion.
Antimatter.
Cold fusion technology, and before you know it, everything's peachy. We've got the cure for cancer. No one wants for anything. Or they invade us and kill us all, or slave us, whatever. I don't, I don't know anything else going on. Well, actually, I've got loads of shit going on, but I can fit an alien war in. It would last 3 minutes for me, so.
I'm too old to fight in an alien war.
Oh, Claire, you up for the alien war?
I'm up for the alien war.
Yeah. If I can fly a plane into a giant spaceship or screaming up yours,
you'll die a happy man.
I'll die a very happy man.
I prefer them to come peacefully, but if we're going. When we're going down,
I can see you going psycho on aliens, Claire.
Yeah, if we're
I
going,
can see you stabbing an alien with a knitting needle on his back, just into its neck over and over again.
He was a peace envoy, Claire. He's a peace envoy. What are you doing? He's starting an intergalactic war.
No, he's burst into her house. Yeah. The kids are there. I can see Claire jumping on his back and stabbing in the neck with knitting needles.
I haven't got any knitting needles.
Knife, then.
Yeah, knife.
High
heel.
A high heel in its eye, gouging that bastard. I can see it.
Yeah.
Mike, if he comes near Chester, that's it. You can't go that way, man. What about Chester?
Well, I'll kill him first.
Oh, God. Jesus.
We'll go together.
Jesus Christ. That's a good dog.
Hitler is dog.
Wow. I'm actually speechless. Wow, and on that bombshell.
Just pray the aliens are peaceful, shall we?
I just took a really dark turn. Man, Mike and Chester got a suicide pact. Fuck. Well, having been. Don't join the flavour, don't join a cult. Don't get a suicide pact. Talk to somebody. Fight the aliens, man. Fight the.
Too old to fight. I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
And I've been Claire. Get yourself a Chernobyl dog. They're not just for Christmas.
You might be dead. You all be just for Christmas in that scenario.